Righty-ho. So just have your weights to hand. You don't need them immediately. Find a nice position where you can feel your feet nice and earth. And all we're going to do standing up is warming up, really. So I'd like to focus on the shoulders and upper shoulders first. So find that position where you've got your thumb up your neck and you're just grabbing onto the upper shoulder and give it a nice little massage to release off any tension. And even while we're doing this, we can think about our positioning, having our weight central, drawing our tummy into the body, give some stability through the back. Always nice to have interested company. Maya is studiously asleep on her chair and same side, the other side of the room. So I'm hoping she doesn't suddenly see a squirrel and bark very loudly. I apologise in advance. So really get into any tweaks and twiddles. Yep, you're back, Jeanette. Couple more. Just to help release any tension. And then allow the arms to hang, and we will draw the upper shoulders to the ears and slowly slide them back. So draw them up, and as they slide down your back, you can just roll them back ever so slightly. Don't worry, Elaine, just compose yourself. Join in when coughing is done. So like tiny or largest shoulder rolls, but taking them really slowly up. Just drawing the shoulders again behind you and drawing them down your back. And then take them more into circular rolls. Trying as if you're getting the big shoulder blades and scapula to kiss at the back as the arms come behind you a little bit. And reverse the direction. Go up and round. Because the focus today is very much on the upper body strength. We want to make sure the shoulders are nicely released and warm. Not that they should be taking too much tension. We will come to that. And then allow the arms to hang again. We will finish off the little neck exercise. So simply turn your head to the side, breath in and out, and then your next out breath, recenter. And again, allow the shoulders to make sure they're just really nice and loose. So turning as far as you can without pain. And center. Over to the first side. This time, nod the chin very slowly down towards the upper shoulder. Lift it up and center. And of course, we haven't forgotten we're drawing our tummies into the body. Keeping our trunk safe. One more of these to each side. You might find each time you can go a little bit lower. And you'll notice whether one side feels a little more restricted than the other. Good. And we'll do a pillow squeeze. So I want to warm up the sides of the body. So if you've got a pillow pad to hand, use that. Otherwise, just stand here. Think about the shoulder nice and low, bending the elbow. And as you breathe out, really draw the upper arm into the body. Hold it for a count of 5 as you breathe out. Use the power of the breath and then release. So breathing out. I'm drawing my abdominals in. I can feel the sides, my lats and my obliques working, keeping the shoulder placed away from the ear. Breathing out, squeezing in. And I'm also feeling some engagement down the back. So this is the strength we need to use final time when we're using the weights, because very easy just to take everything into the shoulder, and we very much don't want that to happen. And then same side. So position your pillow, bend the elbow, and then squeeze and breathe out for a count of 5. Again, finding that space between the ear and the upper shoulder. Keeping the abs engaged, feeling all those muscles waking up. Two more. Breathing out, drawing the abs in, shoulders down. Sleep when that's working. Final time. Breathe it in. Lovely. And lose your pillow. We'll do our lovely Titanic lat opener that we ended with, I think, last week. So palms out in front, flat down, and vaguely sideways. Elbows slightly proud of the body. So breathing in to open, keeping the elbows still. Breathing out, lift the elbows, and breathing in, lift the heart, extend your back backwards a little bit, and then give yourself a hug. So use that breath pattern, breathing in to open the lower arms, breathing out, lift the elbows in line with the wrists, breathing in, extend back into a lovely Kate Winslet, and then curl forward, give yourself a hug. Or 2 more. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, and breathing out. So we're getting back extension and flexion and working the sides of our body, and obviously the shoulders, because they're starting to mobilize during this one. Elbows back, breathing in, and give yourself a hug. Fab. If you've got your weights to hand, you can use them for these next 2 warm-up exercises. Simply hold them straight out in front of you, so you can see what I'm doing. Again, have a moment to focus on where you are. So I think drawing the abs in, shoulders down. And again, we're thinking elbows leading behind, and you turn the palms to the ceiling. And then reach forward. So breathing out. And the elbows behind you. Keeping the body stable. So a little bit of bum squeeze as well as ab squeeze. Keeping the shoulders away from the ears. They don't move. So it depends how mobile you are, how far the arms come behind you, but the focus is very much on the sides of the body, as we did with the pillow squeeze. And if you feel you've got tension in your upper back, this is a lovely one to do with or without weights. It's been a lifesaver for me many times. 2 more. That's it, keep those shoulders down. And then take the weights, so the elbows are bent. Have just a moment to check your wrist position. If you're like me, my wrists go very bendy, and we don't want that. We want them straight in line with your lower arm. And we'll do chicken wings, so simply extend out to the side and squeeze the orange under the armpit to draw the elbows in. So again, we don't lift the upper shoulders, they stay down away from the ears. Tummy button drawing into the body. That's it, pressing away. Breathing in. Pressing away. Breathing in. That's it, 2 more. Extend. Draw in. Final time, extend. And draw in. And then allow the arms to hang by your side. Double check your position. We will side bend, keeping the arms down. So rolling a weight down the outside of your leg. Start off nice and small, and we'll go to the other side. So only to where it's comfortable, you find a little stretch on the lengthening side, and gradually each time go a little bit lower. So remember, depending how heavy your weights are, you can lose them at any point or switch around. I do love a good side bend. Really helpful. And have a double check that there's no twisting going on one final time to each side. You really are just bending between two panes of glass to the side. Yeah. Lovely. And then you can put the weight down and come down to the mat. So I'll reposition my camera so hopefully you can see me. Weight by the side, so we can pick them up as and when we need them. I'm going to help tilt to start with. So you can use them if you want to anchor your arms by your side and to get your feet placement and think about the feet pressing into the ground. So as always, give your neck a little bit of length and draw the tummy button into the spine. And as you breathe out, just soften the lower back into the mat. You don't want to lift your bum to start with. And then just lengthen the pubic bone away from you. So breathing out very small, just working the lower back, softening it into the mat. As I say, you can use the weight to just anchor down a little bit to get a little extra engagement. So very small to start with, breathing out, curling the pubic bone towards you, softening the back into the mat, and then recentering. And one more of these. And you can take it up a little bit higher this time. So gradually breathing out, curling the pubic bone towards you, peeling the back off just a little way to hover and then place yourself back down again. So remember, all of this is still warming up. There's no need for great big movements. Breathing out to roll up through the spine. Little breath in to hold. And breathing out to return. Good. One more coming up to bra strap level. And then breathing out, return back down. This time, pick up your weight and we can breathe out, peel your body off, bring the weights up towards the ceiling. Allow them to help you lengthen your arms into your shoulder socket and then breath in to reach for the ceiling. Breathing out, softening through the chest, peeling down piece by piece, just as we normally do. And then arms down by your side, ready to go again. So breathing out, peeling off, curling the pubic bone towards you. When you get to bra strap level, you can bring your arms up. Allow them to be really heavy in the shoulders first, then reach those shoulder blades round the body towards the ceiling. As you breathe in, allow them to hang back into the shoulders onto the mat and peel your body down. And take your arms down. 2 more of those. So peeling off. Really keep the pubic bone curled towards your chest. We're getting a curve through the spine here. That's it. Reach for the ceiling as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, peel down and bring your arms and shoulder blades back towards the mat. And then take your arms down by your side. Final time. Breathing out, peeling off. reaching for the ceiling. And as you breathe out, draw the arms into the shoulder joint, back to the mat, healing the body down. And continuing slightly differently, bring your arms up as you peel the body off. Allow them to be heavy in the shoulder joints. And then just do 3 bend and straighten of the elbows. So you're keeping the arms in the same position. They're not reaching up or down. And then on the last straighten, you can heel your body down, bring the arms back down by your side, ready to go again. So breathing out, healing off, coming up, taking your arms up to the ceiling, holding it there as you breathe, and just bend the elbows. So you're keeping the arms in the same position, just bend and straighten for 3. And after your third one, healing the body down, using the spine, and bringing the arms down by your side. And one more of these. Peeling off, taking your arms up to the ceiling, and then just bend and straighten the elbows for 3. Make sure you're breathing, make sure you've got a little bit of bum squeeze, keeping the pubic bone curled, keeping the shoulders relaxed. And on the final time, peeling down piece by piece, and arms down by your side. So take the weight away, and we'll just, not saying just, we will take our attention to our hips. We will open the hip by taking the knee out to the side, extend the leg away with a slightly pointed foot. No weight for this one. Turn the leg back so the knees to the ceiling. Breathing out, draw the abs in to bring the leg back to start. So knee out to the side, lengthen the leg away from you. Turn the knee to the ceiling and draw it back up. 2 more. You may or may not get your knee towards the floor. I want you to be in control of the joints. So if you find you're rocking the whole body to get the knee to the floor, just keep it hovering. Breathing out, draw it back. Reverse the direction. So extend the leg away. Turn the knee out to the side with the long leg. Draw the abs in to draw the foot back and the knee back to the ceiling. So nice and slow, breathing in to extend. Breathing out, turn the leg out. Breathing in to draw the leg back. And breathing out, place the foot down. I've lost count already. I think there's one more. 1, extend. Turn the knee out to the side. Draw the leg back. And then back to the ceiling. And then onto the other side. And it's always good to notice whether your feet end up at the same position as they started. So knee out to the side first, extend the legs to straight, turn the legs to parallel, use the abs to draw it back in. We should have 3 more. And make sure those shoulders are nice and relaxed. If you find that your chin has migrated to the ceiling, just lengthen the neck, nod it a little bit. I think one final one. It's difficult. You're working at different speeds, so I don't count you. And then change the direction. So extend the leg away, turn the leg out, bend the knee, pull the foot back. Keeping the abs engaged as well. We want nice, strong abdominals, controlling this, allowing the limbs to move. And one final one. Lovely. Things are hopping up. So keeping this position, you can take your weight, palms facing downwards, and we will curl up. And you can either, if they're rolly ones, you can roll them along the floor, thinking about sending your pubic bone away between your knees, and then return. So breathing out, sliding the ribs forward, keeping the bum down, bringing your chest up a little higher. You want to hover the arms if that's easier with the weight you've got. Feel free. And you can work with one weight if you find it's too much on your neck. Obviously, just put a hand behind your neck and just use one weight at a time, but change sides frequently to make sure you're in balance. And you can work with no weights at all. That's it. So you don't have to come up really high. Really focus on keeping the pelvis down on the mat. Good work. Jeanette, don't come up so high. I know you can. I want you to focus on the ribs knitting together and sliding forward. So it's a very small contraction of your rectus abdominis rather than lifting the body back. A little bit lower even than that. 2 more. That's it. Good. Lovely, Maria. Big difference. Fabulous. Okay. Then we will lift our legs into tabletop. Turn the knees out to the side. And again, either have the weights down, or if you want a little bit of extra, just have them up in the air. And keeping the abs engaged, just toe taps with little frog legs. And the weights are simply an extra challenge that you've got to use your abdominals to control. Allow the legs so low. If your arms are up, make sure that you can feel your shoulders on the back of the mat. That's it. Looking good. So Elaine, knees together. Heels together. Knees turned out. That's it. And then take the toe tapper slightly further away from you. That's it. Coming back to the same position. Good, good, good. 2 more on each side. And either stay up there or come down for a second and then reposition, because we're going to come up into a curl up. So we're holding our weight out to the side in the same position. So heels together, tapping the toe down each side. So we're very much having to work through the abdominals, using the side of our bodies and obliques to help keep those weights lifted. That's it, Elaine. Good. Lovely. 1 more on each side. And then if you need to, have your knees in, have a little break. We will do our coordination, which I'll show you. So same thing, this time extending the legs. And actually we start with the arms up to the ceiling. So we start with frog legs, squeezing the thighs, curling up, arms lower as we bend in, arms come back to the ceiling. So nodding the chin, drawing the abs in, extending the legs, squeezing the inner thighs together. So again, with or without weight. That's it, lovely. Working those frog legs away. Good. So knees are turned out all the time, so it's the inner side squeezing together. And if you can, this last one, as you curl up, extend the legs, taking 10 knees to heels. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. Lie back, punch your knees in. And we can stay in this position. Have the weight by your side. 1, 2. No. We're going to work with opposite arm and leg. So let's try with the right leg and the left arm to start with. We're going to extend the right leg away. Then bend the arm, bend the knee, extend the leg to the ceiling, bend down. We start with long legs, it's easier to see. So bend the arm and leg, extend to the ceiling, bend and extend. So you can change sides. Actually, let's do that. Alternate sides. So a bit of coordination. Bend, extend, bend, extend. Very simple. That's it, lovely. So all the time using the abs, keeping the shoulders nice and wide. Final time. And this time, after your last one, we will just simply do straight arm and leg. So you're having to lift weights that are longer, really engaging the abs. Obviously, a straight leg is heavier than a bent leg. You're back to control anyway. And mix it up a little bit. So as you take the long leg down, flex the foot, so you're leading with the heel. So toe points to the ceiling, heel leads to the floor. And you'll feel a little bit of a difference through the leg. Pointy up, flex to come down. That's it. Good. Looking very nice. Keep both arm cheeks down, no rocking. So if your leg doesn't come really high, that really doesn't matter. One more on each side. So one more on the right, one more on the left. And we'll add on a little bit to this. So you can then take one weight up overhead, so nice long, and simply curling up, keeping your bottom down, reaching your weight towards the long legs and coming back down again. So a nice little bit of a stretch, and you're thinking the upper body coming forward rather than the legs coming too far into the body. So you're working the abs. And again, you can flex the foot to take it back down if you wish. Just make a little change. At that long position. Good, lovely. Lovely, Jeanette. That's it, really good. Yes, like good. Good, Jackie. Fabulous. Again, one more on each side. And then release the weight once you've done. And hug your knees in, have a little bit of a breather. Maria, this is where I need you to stand up if you're not going to be happy working on your front, and we will do for you chest expansion because we're going to do arrow on the floor. So you're standing and just lifting the chest as you send the arms behind you, really focusing on the back of the arm, leading the movement. Everybody else, you can have your weight. And if you want to use weights, Maria, feel free, perfectly happy to. Just have the arms by your side, weights in the palm of your hand. So the palms are to the ceiling. If you want to pad on your forehead, please do so. So legs are slightly separated. We're going to squeeze the bum and lift the legs, cover the body, and then lift the arms. So we're in a nice low hover. Then you can place the legs down, lift the arms a little bit higher, lengthening away, and then come back down. So think squeezing the bottom, stretch the legs away, lift them nice and long, lift the arms and hover the body, lift the arms a bit, lower the legs, lift the arms, and lower the body. And continue in that way. Keep your chin nodded, Jackie. So as always, crown of the head reaching away. That's it, Elaine. Lovely. If it gets too much with the legs covered as well, just keep them down and focus on the upper body. So coming back down to the mat. We're going to squeeze the bum, lift the legs, lift the arms and hover the body. Lift the arms a bit higher, lower the legs, keep the arms lifted and then come back down. Good. That's it, Maria. Good, everyone. One more of these. And then keep in this position. So everyone on the mat, just stay down. Think lifting the heart, so you then lift and hover the body. Keep the arms long, and then using the long arms, we will pulse the arms for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back down, and let's do that again. That was looking really nice. So exactly the same. So squeeze the bum to keep the legs down. Think shoulders up, hovering the head, arms long, and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then you can lose the weight. If you want to sit back into a child pose, release any tension if it's crept into your back, feel free to do that. We're going to come back down onto our front. Maria, you can do some bridging. So we're going to work on hamstrings without weight. So just narrow at the hip, squeezing the bum, lifting up nice and long, knees away, and have a little play with lifting alternate legs or something just to make it a bit more challenging. Everybody else coming back onto your front, no weights for now. You can have your hands under your forehead. Think about shoulders down, so we can use this as light relief from the upper body. And from there, simply squeeze the bum 50%, bend the knee, flexing the foot, and extending away. So I'd like 10 on each leg. So nice and slow. If you're not feeling anything, you can ever so slightly lengthen the leg away and hover it off the ground before you start doing that hamstring curl. Lovely, Maria, good. Let me see that change over, perfect. That's it. So those doing the hamstring curls, when you've done 10 on one leg, change side. Keeping the shoulders down still. So allow them to be drawn down your back towards your hips. So Maria, you can slow things down a little bit and think about doing a lift in between. So you're coming, that's it, yeah. You think it was a little bit too easy. Good. Once you've done, sit back into a child pose for those of you on the mat, or find a way of just relaxing for a moment while everyone catches up. Good, and then you can come down, Maria, and hug your knees in. Have a little breather. Just waiting for Jeanette to finish. No rushing you, Jeanette. She's done okay. Brilliant. Coming to sitting, we will grab our weights again. You two bottles of mayonnaise could be so heavy. Right, we will do a lovely half roll back. So we are going to use the weights out in front, shoulders down, tummy buttons engaged, shoulders wide still. We will hinge with a flat back, then take the pelvis away from you just to a point that you can hold. And we're simply going to tap down and bring the arms up for 3. And then re-engage as you breathe out to come back to sitting nice and tall. So hopefully you can see me against the mat. Hinge, turn the tailbone away, and simply tap. 2, 1. Curling forward. That's it. So start sitting nice and tall, shoulders down, hinge, turn the tailbone away. And 3 taps. 2. That's it. Keeping the chins nodded. Nice and slow to give us a little bit of an extra challenge. Final time of these, this is quite hefty on the old arms. Hinge, turn the tailbone away. And then you're tapping down, coming back to the same level you started. That's it. Early or sitting upwards. And if you can bear it, we're going to hinge back. Again, hovering the arms, but lose the weight if you want to. Then lift the leg and lower the leg. Lift the leg and lower the leg. That's it. Good. Oh, I can feel it. Final leg. Tummy behind the spine to bring you upright. That's it. And again, hinge. Then the tailbone away. Of course, you can put the weights down if it's too much. And just focus on lift and lowering the leg. That's it. 3 on each leg if you can. Lovely, Jackie. Good. That's it, Lane. Nice, good. And then a final set. So hinge first, then send the tailbone away, offering those weights, lifting and lowering the leg. 3 on each. Doing alternate. That's it. All the time, drawing those abs in and then coming back up. Final one. So choice with the old rotational one. You can either hold both weights and we simply bend an elbow and squeeze it back and do alternate sides. You can take one weight in one hand and simply tap down each side. And you can do that with legs up if you wish. So your choice. Harder I find with the weight, you have to lead, but obviously you're holding both at the same time. So keep the shoulders wide, the elbows leading, but your ribs are really doing a lot of the work. So you're just rotating towards where the elbow's going. And of course, you need to look where you're going, because where your eyes go, your body goes. And just keep going for as long as you can. That's good. Lovely. I'm going to do one more on each side. Drawing the abs, keeping the shoulders away from the ears, thinking about the sides of your bodies, nice and strong. Lovely, then lose it. Give everything a little bit of a shake. And we'll keep with the rotation focus for now. Have them wider apart. We're going to do a saw variation. Again, using the weights if you want to. If you don't, that's fine. So if you, same principles apply. If you need to sit up on a pad to release the hips, do, or keep the legs slightly softened. If you've got weights, you're going to lift the weights up. You're going to stay sitting nice and tall. Breathing in to rotate. And you're going to place the weights down. So we're not actually doing that much of a saw. Coming to center, over to the other side, tap down, sit up, center, rotate, take the weights up as you bend forward, lift them up, rotate, and come to the other side. So we're lifting and lowering the weights each time you get back to them and swapping sides. That's all. So it's just a bit of an extra challenge. So if you rotate, breathing in, rotate, place the weights down, lift up, center, rotate the other way, bend forward and tap your arms down, lift up, center, rotate, bend, pick up the weights and change sides. That's it. So again, it can be nice and slow, focusing on the principles of keeping the shoulders down. Sides of your bodies are doing a whole load of work, especially when you pick up the weights. Whatever weight they are, it's additional strength needed. Using your breath. Good. Looking fabulous. Do one full set on each side. And then when you've done, lose the weights and just wiggle your legs so I can see he's finished, but don't rush. Same principle, keep both bum cheeks down as you bend forward over one leg. That's it, Jackie. You do good. Yeah, fabulous. And then, yes, release any tension off. Give everything a little bit of a shake and a wiggle. And actually, for a light release, let's roll over onto our sides and we will do upper side line exercises. Underneath arm nice and long, legs stretching away. So we'll start with our double leg lift. And again, take time just to set yourself up. So you've got shoulder drawing down underneath you. So you've got shoulder over shoulder, underneath waist drawing up. Legs so you can see them out of the corner of your eye. And then breathing out, just lift and hover. Breathing in, come back down. Again, breathing out to lift and hover. And a hand in front for balance if you need it, or behind you, whichever works. So you make sure you're not rolling forward and back. Because again, we're using the sides of our bodies to strengthen, even though again, we're not using our abs still to keep the back stable. And any tension in the neck, just turn your head as you lift it to look to the floor. And it's the same as when we do the arrow face down. You want the crown of the head reaching away. So you don't want to lift and cause any strain in the neck. Lifting and for a little hover. Those thighs loose together at all times. Keep doing nothing. That's it. One more. And then you'll continue keeping the head down. You just lift both legs, lift the top leg, lower the top leg, both legs down. Lift, lift, down, down. you have to control that. If you want to, you can come up onto your lower arm and how everything's feeling, but stay down. It's just as productive. That's it. Good, Elaine. Keep those legs glued together other than when the top leg is lifting. Wonderful. One more. And then when you've done your last one, roll over onto the other side. Work the other side of our body. So arm nice and long. Same principle. Drawing the underneath shoulder away from the ear, a little bit of extra wiggle. Find that point that you've got to balance and work hard for. And then breathing out, lift both legs and hold the head. Breathing into lower. And again, shoulders losing any tension. That's it. Don't lift the head too high. Keep it low and crown of the head reaching away still. Perhaps engaged. That's it. Looking very, very nice. Two more. And let's add on the top leg lift. So lifting the top leg, lowering top leg, lowering both legs. So sorry, keep the head down. Something extra lengthening of the legs away each time a leg moves. Kind of feet stay out of it. So that's it. Yeah, lift both legs, then lift the top leg a little bit higher. It doesn't have to go whoosh to the ceiling. Just think length and extension. That's it. Really nice, Elaine. Yes, Maria. Good, everybody. Thinking still about the inner thighs, squeezing together. One more of these. Breathing out to lift, breathing in, lift the top leg, breathing out, squeeze it back down, breathing in, place the legs down. Wonderful. Now it gets fun again. We can use our weight, so coming onto our hands and knees. Find our lovely quadruped position. So you want to find wrist under shoulder, hip over knee, drawing the tummy into the body, keeping the back nice and flat. Going to work one side at a time. So it's just like our dog. You can grab hold of the weight, extend one leg behind you. If you want to, you can lift that leg up for extra oomph. And we are going to have our elbows crease forward. What am I doing? Yeah, sorry. And taking the arm behind you. So in a nice long line. So start with the leg down, arm up behind you, elbow crease down towards the mat. So your palm is also facing the mat. And then you simply bend the elbow and straighten. So you're keeping your upper arm still from the shoulder to the elbow, and then the elbow is bending. The wrist is staying nice and strong. And then, yep, lifting the leg for extra challenge. And then lift your head ever so slightly. Yeah, there we go. That's it, Elaine. Good, Maria. Good, Jackie. Good. If you feel it in your wrist, just stop, replace yourself. One more. And then put that weight down. Sit back, release the wrists, and then you can change sides. So doing exactly the same thing. Extend the leg, take the arm behind you. Elbow crease down to the ground. And then you're just bending and straightening at the elbow. Use your breath. Keep it nice and slow as well, because the slower you can make the contraction, the more you can actually focus on your bicep muscles and see and feel what's going on. So that upper arm stays glued to the body, palm is facing the floor. Jackie, palm is facing the floor if you can. The floor. Yep. I think, yes, that's it. One more. And again, change back to the first side. We will do our triceps. So that first one was focusing on our bicep at the front. And this time we're targeting our bingo wings. Same thing. No, opposite leg, that might help. This time the palm is facing into the body. Take your arm a little bit higher than perhaps feels comfortable, really lengthening it away. And then same thing, keeping the upper arm where it is, keeping the wrists strong. My errant wrists are a pain. And again, just bending and straightening the elbow. So this time, the palm is towards the body. That's it, Elaine, good. So you want to keep that arm a little bit higher up behind you. Fabulous. 2 more. Keep those abs drawing in, so sucking the tummy into the body while you're in that position, other arm and shoulder away from the ears. Then change sides, give yourself a little break in between if you need to. So I know it's very strong, powerful on the wrists. So lifting the arm a little bit higher. Keep the upper arm still. Bending and straightening. Again, my head position was rubbish there as well. Crown of the head reaching away. That's really lovely. That's it, Jackie. Good. Yes, you know, nice, Elaine. Brilliant. Nothing better than seeing strong women. Wonderful. 2 more. And then relax for 2 seconds. You're nearly there, nearly time to stretch. Give yourself a little bit of a moment, wriggle the wrists, grab your weights. Do both together because I think we are running out of time. So this time it's similar to chicken wings. So you want to be kneeling, you want to squeeze your bum to make sure you're nice and strong, tummy button drawing into the body, ribs and hips sort of over each other, arm out to the side, softly bent, and then we're just going to take the arms up and tuck the weights overhead. Keeping the shoulders down, so we are really not lifting the shoulders as we do this. Just keeping the shoulders down, strong sides of the body. So this is targeting our deltoids, the big shoulder blades. What am I trying to say? Suit of armor shoulders. There's a big sort of cap around the top of our shoulders. 2 more. Another time. So you can see me. And this one, same thing, but you want to keep the elbows out to the side. I'll sit down so you can see. And we're just going to reach upwards. Again, keep the shoulders down as far as you can. So the tummy button the spine, armpits reaching down to your hips to be straightened. The deltoid reach. That's it. Keeping those shoulders down. Good. 3 more. I'll take this one pieces. Up to 3. So give everything a shake. Arms out in front of you. Again, slight bend of the elbows. Let's see what works better to the camera for you. Keeping everything engaged, just opening out and closing again. So as ever, shoulders away from the ears. Sides of the body, you want to think really strong. That's it. Good. Oh, one more. I'm wishing I hadn't got such heavy sauce of mayonnaise. Then change the position. So we'll do our pec press. So we must improve our bust out to the side. And you want to keep the elbows on the same level as they start. So they end and start in the same position. Oh, I think my really dodgy wrist. Oh, breathe in to open. You think the shake is coming really heavy now. Breathing in to open. Breathing in, squeeze. One more. Put the weights down. Give the shoulders a little bit of a roll. We've got one more to finish up with, and we have to do it one at a time. We will draw a sword. So this is where your elbow leads. Wrist nice and strong, and that stays in the same position. Hold your weight against one hip across the body. Lead with the elbows. Keep the shoulders down as much as possible, and just take the lower arm out straight. So the elbow stays pointing to the ceiling, which is the challenging bit. So draw your sword, send it away. A nice bit of brave heart. And I'm really having to focus on keeping that upper shoulder down really hard, and my arm just wants to push. And we're fighting that thought. So the elbow goes up, it stays up, and you open your arm. So you're working the whole, that upper arm one more. Good. And then change sides. See if that's easier or not. So, and you can obviously watch what your arm is doing. And then each time think about everything I've been saying, shoulder down, side of the body engaged, wrist strong, elbow leads, lower arm follows, watching what your body's doing, very helpful. That's it. Good. And you will all feel this. And one more, I reckon. One more. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Oh, fantastic. Lose the weights. We never want to see those again. And just hug an arm in across the body, stretching out the back of the shoulder, stretching out all of those muscles that we've just worked in a very strong way. Up with breath. Oh, you did really well. And then release and change sides. So keep still, even though we're doing this, don't allow the shoulders to draw up to the ears. Keep it as low as you can. Excuse me. That's it, hugging. You should feel a beautiful stretch there. Back to the first arm, take it up behind your head. You can press the elbow, so stretching down the side a little bit more. I don't know if this is nice or not. And release. And change sides. Even though we're doing this, still thinking tummy buttons are fine to keep everything else secure. And release. Just 2 shoulder shrugs, up and down. Up, down. And a final neck release just in case. So we're going to take head over to the shoulder. Same hand as your head's going towards, comes up and overhead to the ear. Press your head into that hand and then take the other arm nice and long, turn the palm away and press it behind you. So you should feel a beautiful stretch. Quite a strong stretch. Slowly release. And do the other side. So head over, ear to the shoulder. Hand comes up and over to that ear. I won't do that because it will crunch my microphone for you. Press your head into that hand. Take the other arm behind, pressing the palm away, drawing that shoulder down as well. Fabulous. And slowly release. And then you're done. Well done. That was fantastic. You worked very hard.